What's up, mortals? It's Dante, and Merry Christmas! We are back temporarily from break with a chapter this week, chapter 219, What I Want Known. This is the last chapter of 2025, preparing us for the next big arc of 2026. As my gift to you, let's get into it! We begin this chapter with the Knights of Camelot ordering to stand guard and protect their beloved queen. No one should pass by, but little did they know that the god of war was just passing them by, as if he was nothing but a specter. They think it's all clear, but they didn't know that the god of war was just tiptoeing right by them, as if it was nothing. These guys are lucky because there's nothing scarier than an enemy you can't see. As Lancelot exits the tower and looks upward. Lancelot looks to the tower with a face where Guinevere is being held, remembering the conversation he had not too long ago. Guinevere asked, "What kind of magic did you cast?" So readily slipping past all those guards trying to coop her up there. He thanks his father Bond for training him. After all, he is a disaster level celebrity around those guys. We have a little flashback about what Lancelot and Guinevere talked about when they were alone. The young queen says that, "Oh, I don't know what kind of training it was, but I did know that you were going to come." After all, that is what 𝐃𝐨𝐽 is. It's very impressive as ever. And she just awkwardly stares at Lancelot. Guinevere asked the god of war, and yet you never even attempted to ask me about the future. It's so odd to see. Even though, quote unquote, Arthur desperately wants to know his future so he can defeat you after all. I mean, if you have the power to see into the future, yeah, people are going to be curious as to what the heck is going to be happening next week. Lancelot just thinks on it for a moment, then just shrugs it off. Whether we know the future or not, we all die sooner or later. Yeah, that's pretty sad, but it's also very true.
You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. Just not today.
Lancelot even tells Guinevere that he even met his friends without even knowing that they'd pop up at all. Them and, well, her too. Which brings a smile to Guinevere's face. Though she does have one thing to ask him. What has he been up to in Camelot for the past 2 years? Which is something that we all kind of want to know about. She knows that he's been traveling, defeating Knights of Chaos, being feared as the god of war among them. A badass title, to say the least. But if he was willing, he could have easily wiped them out, every single last one of them. I mean, this is Lancelot, so of course he would have. The god of war brings up a pretty interesting question. You never asked the future me? Turns out she did. Future Lancelot called it a quote-unquote simple boots to the ground mission, which makes him scoff, or at the very least know what he has to do. In a poof of smoke, Lancelot transforms to the big hulking man from before and nearly squishes Guinevere. Oof, poor girl. The very angry queen demands what is with that look, with Lancelot explaining that me sparring with the Chaos Knights was just a cover, as he starts rustling in his bag, much to Guinevere's interest. He then tells her what he's been telling all the citizens of Camelot, when he pulls out a piece of jewelry. Take this, an amulet infused with blessings for the citizens of Camelot. We recommend that you keep it worn at all times. The disguised Lancelot says that he gave these to all the people across the kingdom, but he did adjust the pitch just a little for those brought here forcibly. The captured queen asks, but what is it? It is apparently a magical amulet modeled after the mechanism behind the door of Camelot. The magical runes on it will forcibly transport whoever possesses it back home to Britannia, out of the kingdom of Camelot. Now, of course, Lancelot couldn't just transport them all bit by bit. Arthur, or whoever's being claimed to be Arthur, would have noticed it too quickly and take action. So he's waiting for just the right moment to activate them all at once. And this amulet is for her. Her parents already have theirs, as does everyone else from her kingdom of Camelot. As thanks, Guinevere places a kiss upon Lancelot's cheek in a very uncompleted shot. I hope that they fix this in the volume release. Lancelot comes upon a field of flowers. That's the last bits of their conversation echo in his head. Guinevere thanking him, and Lancelot just trying to play it cool, don't hug me too tight. While the captured queen continues to tease, and Lancelot pulls out a mysterious orb from his bag. By uttering the words, "May the door to Britannia open before me, and accept me and offer me its guidance," a large magical portal erupts before Lancelot in Camelot. And in a mighty flash, the god of war is taken out of the kingdom of chaos and back to Britannia, back to the kingdom of Leonis. The streets are bustling with humans, giants, and fairies. Truly a kingdom of unity between the races. As Lancelot keeps walking, he thinks back to the kiss that Guinevere gave him, and oh boy, this scene makes him blush. Like, dude, are you serious? This memory of him being kissed was so much that it broke his concentration, and to everyone else, it looked as if he just appeared out of freaking nowhere. Like he just teleported right before them. Clearly, he's got a lot more training to do in the future. In the next shot, we see the other 3 members of the Knights with their platoon members gathered, surprised to see Lancelot has finally returned. Lancelot's wondering why the whole gang's all gathered here now, but it was all due to Meliodas who summoned them. But Tristan wonders, where the heck have you been? The god of war just casually says, "Oh, you know, Camelot," for the final touches, which Tristan is very surprised about. Lancelot looks to his friend Percival, wondering, did you 3 enjoy your trip? Percival, what the heck is with that face? Why are you making that face? What did you do? Poor Donnie's been left out. He's angry at them, yelling, "How could you leave me behind like I'm some sort of outcast? And 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿, you're actually a girl this whole time?" Though Anne claims that Donnie was just too thick-headed, but come on, you just figured out that 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 was a girl too. While they bicker, Lancelot says that you won't be seeing me for a decent while. The platoon members wonder what he means, but the guards at again, looks like this is a very unfinished panel. They tell Lancelot that a big group has gathered in the main hall, and the god of war sees who has gathered in Leonis. The guests of honor are the 7 deadly sins, or at least 5 of the original members. Meliodas is glad to see that Lancelot has returned, and his father Bond is excited, saying, "I'm paying you a visit this time, boy." Gowther is no longer a head and finally has a body, telling them our first reunion in a long while. Yeah, this is the first time in a while we've seen the sins together. Lancelot is also greeted by his aunt and uncle, Diane calling him Lan, and Harlequin apparently was the one who made Lancelot that outfit, saying that he knew that it was going to look good on him. You think King knows what Percival might have done during that trip? Here's hoping the Knight of Death didn't do anything that he might soon regret.
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is ridiculous.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
It is not his
I
fault.
just want to shoot him.
The surprise of Bond raises a pretty interesting question that Lancelot brings up. If you're here, then what about Benwick? What about Elaine? Though Bond counters with, "Why didn't you tell us you had a plan of action going on? That's just cold, son." Another one of the sins drops in on the conversation, saying that they were the ones who informed them. It was, of course, our boy Gowther, and Lancelot brings up a good question: where did you get the body? The 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿 explains that Merlin kept several replacement parts in her magical laboratory. So he knows where her old laboratory is. Does this new body not come with a bomb now? Finally, Lancelot's aunt and uncle join in on the conversation. King informs his nephew that don't worry about Benwick either. It's in the hands of some reliable guardians. And so is the fairy King's Land too. Lancelot asks a very simple question: reliable guardians? We find out who these allies are. Benwick is being guarded by Zeldris and his queen, Gelda, along with the Black Knights from the Demon Realm. And the fairy realm is being protected by Mael, Matrona, and the Druids, along with 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿's other siblings. What the heck? Tiori, what are you doing to Mael's wings? But back to the present, Gawain is wondering. We were all equally bewildered about being summoned here, you know. You mind filling us in about what's in store for us? And Lancelot has only one thing to say. With excitement in his eyes and a smirk on his face, Lancelot tells them we're about to kick off a war, folks. I expect nothing less from the freaking god of war himself. His other comrades, on the other hand, aren't exactly that thrilled. A war with Camelot, though it's all part of a bigger plan. Once they begin making the moves, Arthur will absolutely try to invade their base of operations in Leonis, so they can leave this whole area to the Sins alone. Meliodas looks upon the four knights, Lancelot, Tristan, Gawain, Percival. These are the orders for the four knights of the apocalypse: to infiltrate Camelot and search for Merlin, to obtain the key to shatter chaos for good. And so we end chapter 219 with the four knights prepared to undergo on their next mission into Camelot, and prepared to face what troubles come their way in the future. And that is the last chapter of 2025. War is on the horizon, and there is a lot to talk about. I'm not going to cover it all here. I'm going to cover it in a future video next week. Either it's going to be my last video of 2025 or my first one for 2026. Who's going to survive this war, and who's unfortunately going to be a casualty? Let me know in the comments if you love 7 Deadly Sins and 4 Knights of the Apocalypse material. Subscribe, hype up this video, and comment down below of what you're excited to see next year. This has been Dante from the anime Underworld, and I'll see you mortals later.